Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Jay Sewell. Just want to talk about the Robert Guerrero fight. What I saw yesterday, what I think of Robert Guerrero, where he is as a fighter, and I'm going to talk about the future of Robert Guerrero. Man, looked at the fight yesterday with Martinez. I'm just going to be honest with you. Guerrero looked like shit. He looked like a damaged fighter. He looked like a deer at a headlight. He was hurt by a dude with minimal punching power, sort of like Amir Khan versus Algieri. He was surprisingly hurt by the dude, but basically, you know, I looked at the fight twice. To be honest with you, my thoughts on the fight remain the same after watching it twice. I had it a draw. I thought Martinez ran out of gas towards the later rounds and he let Guerrero get back in the fight. But to be honest with you, I think Guerrero needs to closely consider changing trainers. I think he's went as far as he can with his dad. His dad is just not a very good trainer. He just basically says go out there and brawl. Just go out there and brawl. Just that's it. He don't tell him to use a jab. He don't tell him to spin the guy. He don't tell him to hook. He just basically gives him basic instructions. Basically, I should be out there training the guy because basically I just don't think his dad could get him where he need to be. I think Robert Guerrero is a decent boxer, and I think his potential is still out there. I mean, he had the loss to Mayweather, had the loss to Keith Thurman, but I still think Robert Guerrero could beat a lot of guys out there. But I think that he needs to part ways with his dad, get a different trainer. I think once again, I'll say this name, and not because he's Mexican, but he's a good fucking trainer. I think he would be great with Robert Garcia. I think also if he want to keep it in the Bay, he'd be great working with Virgil Hunter from my hometown of Oakland, California. I think both of those guys would be great for him. I think they could teach him do new things. I think they could take his boxing to another level because Robert Guerrero is just trying to be a brawler. It was a good fight. It was a good phone booth fight. Sometimes those fights, to me, this is my own personal opinion, they get a little boring after a while where you're just seeing guys just up against the ropes, just, you know, slugging it out. Sometimes you want to see some movement, you want to see some left hooks, you want to see some crafty boxing. That's the type of boxing I like. That's why I'm such a big Mayweather fan. But anyway, getting back to Robert Guerrero, I didn't like what I saw. He's sort of starting to look like a shell of himself, and he's only 31, 32 years old. One of the reasons why I think he looks so bad, he just had a fight in March with Keith Thurman, a fight where he pretty much was dominated by Keith Thurman. He was hurt bad in the fight, and he pretty much got his ass whooped. No technical way to put it. He pretty much got his ass whooped. He pretty much got beat down by Keith Thurman. That's pretty much it. No other way to get around it. So I think he came back too soon. But that's my personal opinion about the situation. But I really think Robert Guerrero should seriously consider leaving his dad. Nothing against Ruben, but sometimes when you have that situation where your dad, aka your best friend or dad slash manager, when you have them type of situations, you really can't excel. And I just don't think Ruben Guerrero is a good trainer. You name any boxer that would go to him, professional boxer that would go to him as a trainer. I just don't think he's that good of a trainer. He showed it in his fight with Mayweather. They really didn't have no game plan against Mayweather. They didn't know how to make adjustments. Any fool could sit up and talk that basic. He ran and all that type of shit. Usually when a guy say that a dude ran and that's the reason because he lost, that means he's just not a good technical boxer where Floyd is. But basically, that's pretty much what I have to say about Guerrero. If you want to respond, let me know. Out.